This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a mortgage lending company? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Mark Ybarra with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Mark, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good. Well, we are excited to learn all about you and your business. Can you start off by telling our listeners just a little bit about your company?
With Fairway Mortgage, our Independent Mortgage Corporation, we've been around since 1996. We probably have the best CEO ever. So shout out to Steve Jacobson, but we are a direct mortgage lender and in the retail side.
Now, how did you originally get started in this business?
Whew, that's a long story, man. I don't know if we have time for this, but I'll short it. I'll make it a little bit short. So I was the IBM back in 2002. All these layoffs came on. The tech bust came. And so I, with the infinite wisdom I had, I jumped into car sales of all things. And I was like, I'm going to be into finance. Forget this. I want to try finance. And then out of the blue, a real close buddy of mine called me and said, "Hey, what do you think about mortgage?" And I was like, I've got one. I mean, not much. He's like, "Why don't you come see me and you might as well just quit where you're at and come work with me." So I went to Centex Home Equity, which turned into Nation Star, then turned into Mr. Cooper. So yeah, long time ago. That's the short story.
Now, what is the most common myth or misconception in your industry?
I would say the biggest misconception, even to this day, I've run into it, that there's a need to put 20% down to purchase a home, which couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, 20% will help you avoid mortgage insurance. That's additional, but 20% down payment is what I'm running into a lot these days.
And what is the truth of the matter?
So the truth of the matter, it can go many ways. So with us, you can go, generally speaking, you can do a 580 credit score, and that'll let you allow you to look at the governmental loans, which would be FHA, VA, and then you've got conventional loans that allow you to go to have a 620 credit score, but with minimum down payments. FHA is 3.5% minimum down payment. That's the minimum required investment. VA is 100% financing. If you have below a 580, you could actually attain financing with 10% down, sometimes with exceptions. And then conventional, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can get 3% down payment. And then it's generally 5%, if not. But there's some programs out there that allow you to get some financing.
Wow. Now, we know marketing is the heart of every business. How do you currently market your business, and who is your target audience?
Oh, I would say I don't do much marketing. I for a while I got into that whole TikTok thing. I was doing TikToks and I was like, man, this isn't even me. So I guess word of mouth is my biggest marketing piece. And that's with all my closings and with their families. And then I'll post all my closings when we're doing that. But as far as marketing, I would say that I don't do much marketing aside from just the general, hey, a Facebook post or something, or maybe on Instagram or LinkedIn or something. But there's nothing that I really jump into that takes my time away from what I really do, and that's originating home loans. And for the grace of God, I am busy to not have to do that.
Have you ever thought of having your own podcast?
I have thought about it, and I just didn't know if I would have I know I have the energy. I'm like all over the place, but to devote the time that I'm sure it takes to have a podcast and devote all the energy into it, I don't know if it'd be conducive to what I bring to the table for my my customers. I make myself available pretty much to my detriment, like 24/7. So I would have to be really, really good at planning on this podcast should I do venture that way. But no, I mean, I've thought about it. Have I done it? No. Like we were talking earlier, this is my first interview. So yeah, I've thought about it.
Now, outside of work, what do you and your family like to do for fun?
Well, I'm big. This is going to sound crazy. I'm a big smoker, but I smoke. I have a big, like 12, 13-foot smoker that I barbecue with. Then I'll hang out. We'll go to the lake. We found a cove that we go paddleboarding in when the weather's fine. And of course, in Texas, I think 12 months out of 12 months is fine. So that, and then I'll watch. I'm a huge Dallas Stars fan, and Manchester City fan. So I keep myself busy. That if not, I'm in my backyard jacking with my trees in my hammock, making my hammock my little honeycomb hideout, my little space to relax.
Now, what is one thing you would like our listeners today to take away from learning about Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation?
I would say one thing that they want to take out of this is if you are even considering, or it's even in your thought process of like maybe looking into qualifying for a home or just starting the whole conversation, I would say completing an application wouldn't be the worst thing to do, because you could either A, find out that you qualify for something you never thought you would. B, if you don't have the credit that allows you financing, then we actually put credit plans in place. So that's a plus there. You know, a lot of folks think that, oh, I'm not going to try to get a home. I don't have good credit. And then all of a sudden they got like a 750 credit score, which is like, okay, well, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. But I'd want them to take away from this, like, if you're renting right now, you should at least consider doing an application to see where you'd sit and buying a home. I mean, buying a home is it's pretty huge, biggest investment you'll ever make, and you can use it to your benefit in so many ways by just gaining equity each month you make a payment.
And where can our listeners go to learn more about Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation?
The best way to reach me to reach me would be my phone. Like I said, my phone is on me 24/7, and by phone, by email, by text is the best way to reach me. I have clients that I service in Texas, Florida, Charleston, South Carolina, and Wyoming. So I'm minimal to the 4 states, but to get a hold of me, hit me through any of the social feeds or my phone number is pretty much the best place to get me.
Well, Mark, I really appreciate you being on the show. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
I appreciate you, Sophia.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com, or call 469-221-9345.
Awesome job, Mark.